Hey, g'day, Ben from Goatzilla here, and I've got P1, our guitarist, and Mick, one of our drummers, who's come with us on the Newcastle tour as well. And we've just left Newcastle, headed down to Sydney. We'll be playing Maitland on Saturday night and Elton Chong's in Penrith on the Sunday night. So this is all in aid of our new single, which is dropping today on Friday the 7th, which is the title track from our album Alien Nation, which is coming out in August.
Beautiful. Ben and friends, thanks for joining us.
Great to be here. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
My pleasure, mate. So we've got a fair bit to get through tonight, mate, but we're going to start with the music. So today, Goatzilla are releasing the audio for your new track, Alien Nation. And then next Friday, the 14th, we're going to be premiering the video by a heavy. So how are you feeling about the single drop, mate?
Really, really pumped. This has been a long time coming. We kind of started this whole process during COVID, and things just stretched and changed, and it's taken a long time to get this stage, but it's been worth it. We've had Pete Jansen, our other guitarist, who isn't here with us just the moment, but he took on the job of mixing and mastering the whole thing and has done an absolutely phenomenal job. The songwriting we're really happy with. It is sounding great. It's a level up from Muthafukasaurus, which is our album from 2019. And the single is the single's a lot of fun. So you'll get to hear it when it comes out. But very, very excited.
Beautiful. Now, I know, mate, because I've heard this song and it is an absolute fucking banger, but tell us a bit more about it musically and what you were going for.
Look, the theme of the song was basically about our love about live music, because this is why we do it. This is why we do what we do, why you do what you do, while the people who are watching this do what they do. Live music is a buzz. It's part of your life. And there's a lot of concern at the moment as to what's happening with the Aussie live music scene. We've got festivals shutting down. We've got venues shutting down. But that's all due to economics. It's not due to the artists. It's not due to the fans. There's still just as much passion as ever, if not more, for live music and quality live live heavy rock. So it's basically a message that, look, we're part of an alien nation. We're part of one big out there family that love the space that we're in and don't lose vision of that. Now, kind of an old saying, rock and roll will never die, a bit cheesy, but it's true. This is keep the faith, people. Kind of live music will come back. We'll get through these tough times that that we've got at the moment. We'll have festivals back and hopefully thriving live venues as well.
Very good, mate. Now, there's some massive riffs in this song, mate, and it doesn't let up from start to finish. So it's going to take it out of you playing it live, bro. Did you think of that?
Well, when you get to hear the rest of the album is pretty about that pace. I think that's That's Alien Nation's 190, isn't it, Mick? Yes, so that's 190. Most of the songs around that level or faster. So we're kind of used to it. It does take it out of you, and we kind of collapse in puddles of sweat at the end. But it's that's how we roll. It's all fairly fast and furious.
Wait, now the video that we were talking about before is going to be premiered by Heavy on June the 14th. Now I haven't seen it, so tell us what's the video about? Does it tie in with the theme, or?
We're working with a young producer who's just finishing his screen studies degree at QUT, a fellow by the name of Joe Curtis. And he's putting a creative idea together at the moment for us. He shot a bunch of the stuff in the studio on green screen, and he's coming up with a bunch of special effects. So we're waiting to see what that's coming out, what that's going to be like. So that's going to be a bit of a surprise for us as well as you. But we're really looking forward to that.
Very cool, mate. Now, you mentioned that it's off the part of a bigger album picture, mate. So is it a good sonic representation of what to expect from the full album?
It swings and varies. There's some funkier tracks on there as well. This is lighter tracks. There are heavier tracks too. There's, with a bit of melody to it. You'll love this.
Very good. Now you sent me in a photo labeled "Band on a Moon" with all the press stuff, mate. So is that tying in with the album? Like, is it a conceptual sort of thing like that, or is that just a bit of fun?
Yeah, well, the Alienation's the title track from the album. So the album's called Alienation. So we thought, okay, we'll go there. And yeah, my lady ZILLA, my better half, our photographer, put that together. So there's a bit of a space and alien theme going through the whole thing here.
So that goes through the whole album, does it?
Not through the whole. Most of the tracks, yeah. There's a bit of a theme running. Yes.
Nice. Now, for those not familiar with Goatzilla, you're a punk, thrash, metal, hard rock band out of the Gold Coast, mate. But your bio says that you play punk, thrash, and heavy metal with a cheeky twist on the nipples. Like I tried to picture that, but I couldn't. Like, please explain.
We do, look. We do this for fun. There's a lot of serious music we're doing, a lot of heavy stuff, especially when you get into the hardcore bands that we play with. It's really full on and really serious. Music's a great way, especially heavy music. It's a great way to release aggression, getting out there and getting into the pit. And we do that as well. But we're kind of not so much on the aggression side of things. We're on the it's good to be alive side of things, and I love live music and love rock and roll. So we don't we take the music very seriously, but we're out there to have fun. We're not there to scare anybody shitless or burn the city down or anything like that. We're there to have a party, and we're there to have a good time. And some of the songs that we do, we've got some. We've retained some themes from the earlier album, Muthafukasaurus, which we kind of went out on a bit of a limb with some of the lyrics, and have a bit of fun with them. But yeah, we're a good time rock band. We're there to celebrate fucking rock and roll and getting out there and partying in a live venue and with real people, away from a TV screen, away from a computer screen, getting out there, living life and just having fun.
Very good, man. Now, there's a big Motorhead influence you can hear there, mate, but I love the fact that you embrace that rather than get the shits when people mention it. Like, they are a big influence, but it's still done in your own way.
If we get compared to Motorhead, that's one of the highest compliments. I think I could be a Motorhead fan for a long time. So we're not trying to emulate them. We're not trying to sound like them. It just happens. It just comes out like that because we've got a combination of some different songwriting influences coming over from the entire band. I mean, we've got I'm very 70s kind of orientated rock and punk. We've got P1 is very much into a lot of the guitar virtuosos like Steve Vai. We've had a lot of influence from Mick, our drummer, who's into a lot more of the heavier contemporary acts and prog acts, and the same with Pete Jansen, who's got a focus on the more contemporary prog stuff. So we've got that mixture of influences that kind of just turns into what Goatzilla ends up putting out.
Now, you mentioned before, mate, but you're on the road at the moment for the Nation Alien Tour, but you played Newcastle last night. You're heading to Sydney tonight on June the 7th. You got Maitland tomorrow night and Penrith the night after. So tell us about the shows. What can people expect?
We're going to be running through all of the stuff off the new album, plus a bunch of tracks off the previous, some of the favourites off the previous album. So Drop Bear might be making an appearance out of that. But it's basically going to be 45 minutes, living north of 190 beats a minute. searing guitar solos where we're really bloody lucky that we've got two awesome guitarists on board in the form of the two Peters, and they take turns in sharing solos. And so for anybody who is fans of the big face melting guitar solo, definitely get down and check us out, because you'll love what these guys do. We also actually have two drummers at the moment.
At the same time?
Not at the same time, but we do play. We do play with two. We've got Mick Davies, who did most of the stuff that's on the current album, and he's jumped on for this section of the tour. And he's got some amazing kit destroying antics there that he doesn't destroy the kit. He plays with a fervor like you wouldn't believe. Our other drummer who couldn't make it on this tour, and he recorded another bunch of the tracks off the album, Tiago Castro from Brazil, has got a very Latin kind of influence, also very heavy metal. Real heavy metal kind of different flavour with each of the shows, depending. But we've got Mick for these shows, and you'll love what he does.
Well, now, have you got any more shows to announce after this, mate, or are you going to keep that close to your chest?
We've got a bunch in the pipeline, and we'll be speaking about those. We've got a fairly full calendar at the moment, right through until December, and they're going to be announced fairly shortly.
Wait, now the other big news we got to announce for Goatzilla is that you recently signed with Australian label X Music, mate. I just want to say congratulations on that, because if there's any band I know that deserves a break, it's you guys, man. Like, you're a hard-working fucker and you got good music, so congratulations.
Yeah. Mate, look, thank you very much. No, we're stoked. Tim from X Music has got a lot of years in the industry and has seen it morph and change over the last couple of decades. And to have a team of the caliber of X Music want to take us on and represent us and help get our music out there to the world, that we're absolutely stoked with that. Of course, it isn't easy at the moment for bands to get music out there, despite everybody saying, "Oh, you got the internet, you got streaming." It's this fucking fire hose of stuff, and I'm continually discovering new bands, but it's tough to try and keep on listening to them and to follow them. So to have someone to help break through that noise and provide a bit of focus for you and take some of the weight off the constant self-promotion that you've got to do as a band just to kind of stay out there to stay on people's radar. It's fantastic, but we're really looking forward to working with X Music and seeing where that takes us on a musical journey.
Fantastic, Ben. Well, thanks very much for your time, bro. It's been a pleasure. Alien Nation, the audio is out today. Video comes out June 14, next Friday. Goatzilla are on the road at the moment. They got shitloads of shows coming up. Where can people keep up to date with what's happening?
www.goatzilla.rocks. Or if you get onto Facebook, it's goatzilla.rocks on Facebook.